Today we're looking at Command Deck. I've been playing this. I say I've been playing. I played it a couple times. This game came out in early access in September, I believe. It was in Steam Next Fest over the summer in June, and it looked really promising. And ever since the game came out in September, it's gotten like no traction whatsoever. It's only got sitting at like 40 something total reviews on Steam. It's in early access. It's version 0.2.2. It's gotten a few updates since this came out, but there's nobody playing it except for one other person. I looked at Steam charts before the stream. There was one active player playing the game, and for all I know, that was the dev. Why is nobody playing this game? I don't know. This game is a lot of fun. Despite it being early access, it is very solid. It's got a complete game loop. You can just play it over and over and try a bunch of different builds, and it's just so much fun to play. I don't know why more people aren't playing it. It's got to be a marketing thing, because the game itself is really fun. There's not really any major problems with it. And like I said, like despite it being early access and very early on, it's got a lot of content in the game. It's very replayable. It's not endless content, but no game has endless content. You don't need that for a game to be good, for a game to be fun. I just needed to help get the word out about this game, because it is so good and nobody's playing it. It's a crime that nobody is playing this game. We're gonna play in normal difficulty. Seems like what the game's balanced for. So you choose an executive officer commander. Each one has different like passive abilities. This one gives you +1 action, +1 draw on turn 1. This one provides double actions on turn 3, or an ability that you can use to get double actions on turn 3. This one gives 1 action when every 5th attack is played in combat. This one provides some sort of card that improves your evasion. I like playing Nguyen, giving 1 action every 5th attack during combat. The game's set up like this. You have all these different sectors, very reminiscent of games like Slay the Spire or FTL. Kind of choose your path, and each you can tell by the color of the area which faction sort of controls it, and whatever faction controls it sort of dictates which events and enemies you'll be coming up against. So let's go here to this conglomerate controlled sector. Once you enter the sector, this is what the game looks like. You click around, you sort of explore. You know, there's nothing on any of these tiles, but like right here is an equipment cache. Right here is an enemy, low threat, which is pretty much everything in the first sector here. I don't want to do that yet, so you don't have to do things as soon as you click on it. You can come back to it. I'm gonna fight this enemy first, and the reason I'm not grabbing that cache right away is because we want to use the upgrade random card ability on it, but we have some really shitty cards, and I don't want to risk upgrading a really shitty card that I plan on getting rid of anyway, which you can do at a shop, which we'll come across later on. So this guy has 7 HP. He has 2 actions. You can see what he's going to do from right to left is the order of the cards that will be played. Each card costs 1 action to play. So with him having 2 actions, he will first play Shield 1 and then his blaster. So you can see I start with 1 shield, just as like a passive forever thing. You start with 1 shield. And you can see it right here. This 3D actual like visual effect. It's not like a UI indicator somewhere telling you how much shield you have. It's actually the actual thing in 3D space, which is really cool. So he's going to shield 1, then he's going to fire 1 blast at me. I have 1 shield. It's gonna negate the blast, so I don't need to worry about shielding up right now. I'm just gonna light this dude up with let's do a heavy laser for 4 damage. That's how I fire a heavy blast at him. He's down at 1 HP, and then once you run out of actions, if you have any cards remaining, you can select however many cards you want. that you have left in your hand to hold on to them, and then you'll draw up that to your hand limit, which is 4 cards. 4 cards is your draw hand limit. You can get cards. You can't have a hand full of fucking cards if you get cards that lets you draw more cards and stuff like that. But you draw up to 4 cards. I'm just gonna discard all those. I don't really care about those. We're gonna kill this guy in a second here. So he did his blaster. He has a shield here. We have a missile. Missiles ignore shields, and this missile does 1 damage. So it's just gonna ignore his shield that he put on and hit him for 1 damage, and he's fucking dead. That easy. Then we get a card. So we can choose any one of these cards here, or take a little bit of metal instead if we don't like any of these cards, or if we don't want to flood our deck with stuff. Maybe later on that would be more relevant. But 10 metal is the currency that you use for buying cards and other upgrades and stuff during the run, which we just received 45 metal from the wreckage for defeating that guy. So this 10 metal, I don't care about 10 metal right now. I want these 2 disruptor blasts. Disruptor blast deals 1 damage, and then if it hits the hull, which if it does damage to the enemy, doesn't hit a shield or miss or anything, it actually applies damage to the enemy will discard 1 card. And this disruptor blast 2 fires 2 of them. So they're 2 separate shots. So I could potentially take out 2 of his cards if they both land on the hull. So we're gonna wait to find a shop before we go try to upgrade anything, because the shop is where we can spend money to remove a card from our deck, and we want to remove these blaster ones. They fucking suck dick. So this combat drone. Drones are really cool. They will have all sorts of different passive effects and whatnot when certain things are done to proc them. So it's combat drone. Combat drone fires 1 blast for every attack card played. A blast deals 1 damage. So any one of these attack cards I play, it will also shoot. So I got nothing but blaster ones, so I'm gonna shoot, and then you see my attack drone also shot there. So my blaster 1 plus the attack drone, I did 2 damage to him because he had no shields up or anything. And I'm just gonna discard all those. Here we go. Here's some good stuff, and I dodged that. I don't know if you saw that. That didn't even hit my shield. I've got 10% evasion here just as a base stat. So that guy whiffed. So the thing with lasers, so right here, fire 1 strength 4 lasers. So lasers, they cannot miss. Doesn't matter what his evasion is, we cannot miss. But shields on the target reduces damage by 1. So for each shield on the target, it reduces the damage of this laser by 1. It's a strength 4 laser, so it does 4 damage. He has 1 shield, so it would do 3 damage. If you had 4 shields, it would do 0 damage. Or if you had more than 4 shields. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire this blaster 3 at him. Fire 3 blasts. It'll get rid of his shield, do a couple damage, and the combat drum will hit him. And then I'm going to hit him with this laser because as we can see here, he's going to shield, and then he's going to fire blaster 1. I still got a shield because he whiffed on his first turn. So I'm not worried about taking damage this turn. So I'm just going to hit him with this and get more damage in him. I'm just gonna discard those. Here we go. My Disruptor Blast 2 is here, and I'm just gonna kill him. So each Disruptor Blast did 1 damage, and then my combat drone did 1 damage. So we got rid of the shield, and then did the last 2 points of damage on him. So reflector shields, they reflect shots back at the enemy ship, but they decay at the end of the turn. Probing fire fires 2 blasts and then draw 1 card. Fire missiles, they set fire to enemy ships. So fire, it works pretty much exactly like it does in Slay the Spire, where however many stacks, you can just stack as much fire as you want on an enemy, and at the end of their turn, they will do X damage, however many stacks you have damage on the enemy, and then reduce the stat count by 1. So that's pretty cool, but we're not going to take that. We're going to take probing fire so we can draw an extra card there and do extra damage while we're doing it. There's another basic enemy. He's just gonna be shooting at me. 3 times, 2 with blaster 2 and 1 with blaster 2 1. So we're gonna shield here. So we have 3 shields, so none of those will hit us, and then we're just gonna laser them and discard those blaster ones. And then we're just gonna kill them with blaster 3. Yeah, easy. Simple as that. And we'll take a disruptor missile. So it's like the disruptor blast, except it's a missile, which means it ignores shields. So the downside to missiles is that there are anti-missile drones, like missile interceptors, that could pretty much take the hits for them instead of us being able to land damage with missiles on them. So we're gonna delete a card here for 50 metal. We're gonna delete Blaster 1. And then we're going to buy Vulcan 1. Vulcan's really cool. So every time you play a Vulcan card, it levels all Vulcan cards by 1. So if I have like 5 of these, every time I use one, they all level up, which means they'll all do 1 more damage. So that's a really cool ability. And then right here is the command ship, which means it's the final boss of the sector, and then the warp gate. Get the fuck out of here, go to the next sector. But we're gonna go over here to this equipment cache, upgrade a random card, yield 2 to shield 4. Sweet. So with shields, you have stable shields and you have shields. Shields, they work the same essentially, except stable shields don't decay on your next turn. Or at the start of your turn. So you'll typically get less from you'll get less shields from using stable shield, but they'll last more than 1 turn. They'll last until they get destroyed. Whereas you'll typically get more shields with the temporary shields here, but they only last for the turn. So let's do this boss fight. It's only the first boss fight. It's pretty simple. So he's got 3 actions. He's gonna shoot all these blasters at us. We can just shield 4 here. Hit him with a disruptor missile, actually. And he's only gonna... Yeah. Okay. We're gonna hold on to our disruptor too. And then... Here, we can hit him with a blaster. Get rid of a shield. Yeah, get rid of those. Hold on to this. You got 1 damage through. And we're just gonna... There we go. We got rid of his disruptor blast. Hell yeah. So now he's got 2 blaster 2s here that he's gonna be hitting us with. So we're just gonna shield up. And we're gonna play our combat drone first, so then when we use our Vulcan here, it will also fire a shot. We're gonna hold on. Oh. Yeah. I didn't realize my extra action thing procced. So I didn't realize I had another action there. Technically I should have shielded, and I realized that. But no, we're just gonna discard those. Alright, so let's hit him with the blaster and then the laser, and that should kill him. Yep. Ooh, repair 3. So repair cards are nice because... So you can only use them in combat. But the healing that you get from that persists after the combat. So it's like... It's just good to have here. But Disruptor Overload is really nice, but we're going to go through repair. Nothing else we can buy. Nothing else I want to buy there. So let's go to the Warp Gate. And then it will heal us up to 75% of our damage that we've taken. Or max health, I think. Up to 75% of our max health. So we're at 25 out of 25. And then we get to choose an augment, which will give us nice little passive bonuses. So we can either get +1 action, +1 card draw, Gain 1 action on odd turns and draw 1 card on even turns. Or gain an action the first time damage is taken in a turn, draw a card the first 2 times damage is taken in a turn. I like Alternator. Gain 1 action on odd turns and draw 1 card on even turns. I like that. Because the first turn will always get 1 extra action. Oh, there's Card Merchant. Nothing going on over here. There's a shipyard here, though. Okay, let's fight this Durlax Smasher. Threat high. Yeah, we'll see about that. Put on some shields and hit him with another blast. I'll hold on to this repair card. Disruptor Blast. Alright, got rid of that. So even though his hand has 5 cards, he's only got 2 actions. So he's only going to play the first 2 cards on the right there. Ooh, laser. Ram enemy. Ooh. Okay, we have a turn before he does that. Hey, we got rid of it. Hell yeah. I'll send my turn. Hold on to those. Combat drone, hit him with the Vulcan. Hold on to all these. Then we will. He's only got a blaster one here. We'll do a stable shield and then do disruptor blast. Just to get his shields down, I guess. I wasn't really thinking about that, to be honest. Then, okay, well, let's hit with the repair 3. Get up back to max health. He's got the ram enemy up here. So, ram enemy says, ram the enemy ship, deal up to 6 damage to both ships. Reduces, shields reduce damage. So, I'm just gonna shield up. Has 5 shields right there. Then, I think if I hit him with this, I think he's gonna kill himself when he does that. Yeah, because, so he's got shield 2 here, but it's gonna do 6 damage, so it's still gonna take him out. Plus I just hit him with this. Yeah, he's definitely dead. He is dead. Boom. New augment. Temporarily reduce enemy evasion 25% every time a shot misses. Okay. And then we will take another probing fire. Build a shipyard. Max hull. Let's increase our hull. Big kicker, command ship. There's the boss. Don't want to do that yet. Go over here. It costs 80 to delete a card. Okay. We'll go fight this guy. Combat drone, Vulcan. Hold on to these. And, let's do this to get rid of shields and 2 disruptor blasts. Let's heal up and then throw on a stable shield and a regular shield. Or that. Hell yeah. Took all that. Shrugged all that damage off. There's only gotta do a blaster 1 here. Hit him with some stuff. Yeah, let's just hit him with a laser. We can take a hit. There we go. Do another disruptor blast. Alright, we have enough to delete another blaster out of here. Get that gone. Okay, let's upgrade a random card. Disruptor missile 2! Hell yeah. Now it'll fire 2 missiles instead of 1. Oh, this guy should be no problem. I'll just repair with the max health here and kill him. This is some good stuff. Anti-drone missile, I'll take that. The anti-drone missile will specifically target enemy drones. But if there are no enemy drones, I can still use it as a regular missile. Refactor. Temporary shields become reflector shields. Exhaust this card. Huh. Protected attack. Fire 1 blast for every 2 shields you have on your ship. Fire a blast. What's nice about this game is we can fight the boss and then go back to the shop before we leave. Okay. I'm just gonna fire a laser for a couple damage there and then hold on to these and end my turn. Like that. Get that out of here. Down to these. Oh, come on. He hit me with the disruptor missile. Got rid of my disruptor blast too. I'll hit him with all this. This guy's a unique mechanic here. He has this heat meter thing. Gain 1 heat per turn. Shuts down if heat reaches maximum. After shutdown, reduce heat and increase max heat by 1. So he's at max heat, which means he's shut down. He's got 0 actions that he's going to do. But then after this, he will reset back to 0 heat, but his maximum heat will go up to 5. And so this hotshot card fires 1 blast for every level of reactor heat. Oh man. Okay, well luckily he's not going to do anything right here. Okay. Gotta do a chain blast. Bump my shield 4 on there. So I can use my missile here. It'll proc my drone. My missile is going to go around the shield, so I'm not going to do any damage to the shield with the missile, but the drone is going to fire a blast, so that'll knock down 1 shield. and then the same thing will happen when I fire my laser. Hold on, let me do this probing fire first, actually. Okay, so that'll just knock that down. And I'll fire my disruptor blasts, get those out of there. He's gonna be shooting 8 blasts my way. Which is very unfortunate, but it won't kill us. Ouch. Dealing with all these disrupts. He's not gonna do anything this turn here because of the heat. Let's see. Alright, let's shield up here. Hit it with the probing fire. Yeah, okay, we don't care about those cards. Here we go, here's the good stuff. Hit him with the disruptor missiles. And then I think yeah, we can kill him, I think. No, we can't because we only have 2 actions. Alright, it's not gonna shield out, so we can kill him with a laser on the next turn. Here we go. Hell yeah. So Chain Blast, it fires 1 blast and it draws a card, but it also gains 1 action, so it's basically a free blast and card draw, because it costs an action to play the card, but then you gain 1 action, so pretty nice. Lego attack is really nice, so if you discard your hand, you so it fires 1 heavy blast plus 1 more heavy blast for every card that you discard. But you have to discard your whole hand to use it. So it could be really good if you have like a lot of card draws, kind of not really like a mill deck, but kind of, if you're familiar with Magic. If you have a deck that's just all about just cycling through the deck essentially and try to do as much stuff with as many cards as possible, you know, giving yourself actions and more cards and stuff like that. Or we can do double shields here. For each shield on your ship, you create 1 shield. That one can be pretty nice. I'm talking about the Chain Blast, though. I think Chain Blast is really nice. Okay, we got 174 metal here. We don't need to repair anything. We'll repair when we go through the warp gate. I do like the idea of starting combat with 1 more shield. It's not really... Not really anything here that I'm like dying to get. I'm stuck at the +1 shield to start with during combat. But we'll repair up to max here. Let's see. Basic blaster missile cards fire +1 shot. Basic temporary shield cards raise +1 shield. Card draw +1. Gain 1 action if the first card played in a turn and is an attack. Draw 1 card if it is not an attack. Okay. Then we got Processor Core, which just gives us +1 action, which I think I'll take. Go this. Alright. Unknown ship. Free card upgrade. I think I'll take the upgraded Vulcan. So the upgraded Vulcan, so the basic Vulcan upgrades every Vulcan card in your deck when you use it. The upgraded Vulcan does that, but also levels up the specific one that you played an additional time. Okay. Want the card to duplicate. I'll duplicate the Vulcan. Leveled up Vulcan. Deep Nebula detector sensors cannot determine if an enemy ship is present. Oh. I can't see what this guy has here because card visibility is impaired by the nebula. But you can see what type of card it is. It's a technical card, it's a defensive card, attack card. Take those out. We can just play everything that we have here. I probably could have done that in a better order. The chain blast, combat drone, probing fire. Hit him with the laser. And then let's get rid of this. It's just like a bullshit card that he threw into our deck. It doesn't do anything. Hold on to that blaster 3. Damn it. Alright. Get rid of those. Hell yeah. He's got 2 attack cards here. Let's just shield up and get rid of this thing. Discard those. Oh yeah. Good thing we shielded up. Disruptors. Heavy blaster. Build up. Hold on to this. I shut our drone down. Shield. Repair back to max health. Alright, let's fucking kill this guy. Laser him. Cut him in half! Hit the anti-drone laser. Unknown ship. Oh, unexpected enemy. Drats. Okay. We're just gonna throw everything at him. Oh, he missed. The missile missed. Tear down this shield here. Fill it at the max. We took away all of his cards with all his disrupts, so got nothing to do. Pain blast, probing fire, Vulcan, there we go. Perfection. Bit more disruptor blast. There's gotta be a store down there. I want to find a store before we do another random upgrade. Because we still have a blaster one in here that I do not want. He's just gonna hit us with a reflector shield, but it will simply reflect our shot into our own shield and get deleted, so not really too worried about it. Just gonna DDoS us. Fuck you, dude. How I feel about that. He's dead. That's how I fucking feel about that, is he's dead. Overclock just gives us 2 actions. Increase max hold. There's the shop. Fight one more guy to get to it. That's what I thought. Hold on to this. Should I just hold on to that? Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's shield up. There's a combat drone out there. Probing fire, disruptor blast. Looks good to me. Triple blast, disruptor blast, shield 4, and disable shield here. The repair 3, then chain blast, disruptor missile 2. There we go. There we go. Riposte. Improve base evasion by 4% for this combat. At start of next turn, fire 1 blast for every shot evaded. I do like this card, because you can keep playing it, so it'll keep increasing your base evasion. Elite card. Master 1. I don't really want any of those cards there. Let's go upgrade a random card up to Disruptor Blast 3. Let's upgrade our base evasion by 5%. Did you miss anything over here? No. The combat here and then the boss. What? You played his drone, then you played EMP. EMP gets rid of all the shields that everyone has and all the drones. Is that 27% evasion? Get that laser at him, I guess. Combat drone. Alright, just some defensive maneuvers here. And my turn, hold on to that. Chain blast, hit him with all these disruptor blasts. Probing fire, what do we got? Damn. Alright. Don't need to repair. Not yet. Hold on to these. Instead with a laser, I can't miss. Repair 1 point of hull damage at the end of combat? Hell yeah. Another Disruptor Blast too, I will take that. Our combat with +1 shield. Alright. Man shit, boss time. Drone carrier, the Beekeeper. 90 HP. He's gonna do 2 actions. He's gonna repair 5 and then blast us. I'm just gonna hold on to these. Have a couple of these bad boys around the riposte just to get that base evasion up, even though he's not gonna be shooting at us this turn. And And he's gonna play the shield drone, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold on to this anti-drone missile and hit it with that. Oh, just to hold on to all this. Anti-drone missile. Boom, you're dead. Oh, yeah, this damage is not getting through, or whatever. Pain blast, combat drone, there we go. Hell yeah. Oh, didn't mean to play that. My bad. Oops. So he's deploying all these combat drones, so every time he attacks, all these guys are going to be also shooting at me here. And with the anti-drone laser, with the upgraded one. Can take out all of the shields with the Vulcan. And with all these disruptors. Just shield up. Now our Vulcan's up to +7, or Vulcan's up to 7 here, and we got both of them in our hands. Pretty awesome. So multi-blast, it fires 2 blasts, but every shot activates equipment. So both of those blasts will each activate all of his drones, all of his combat drones here. So we need to try to live. Which we'll be fine, to be honest. But that was, I guess a couple of those are shield drones. Okay, he only had a couple of combat drones, it turns out. He's not doing anything next turn. Oh, he's dead as fuck. Light him up with the Vulcan 10, dude. Hell yeah. That's some good stuff right there. Multi-blast 3? Man. That's tempting, but I only have one combat drone. I'm not really doing a drone build. Exfiltrate. Choose a non-equipment card from your opponent's hand and move it to your hand. The card returns to your opponent when discarded. Can't be retained. Exhaust this card. I'm gonna go with quick draw. I gain 1 action and draw 2 cards. Yeah. Alright. You're from the action cost of deploying equipment, so we basically deploy our drones for free. Hard draw +1. Get an action the first time damage is taken in a turn. Draw a card the first 2 times damage is taken in a turn. I'm gonna go with this one. That gives as many actions as possible. Nope. Okay. Lucky us, I guess. Oh man. Sneezed. Alright. Combat drone. Wind blast. We're gonna miss. He's got 4% evasion. We're just gonna whip half of those. No big deal. Air. Laser. Oh my god. Oh. Yikes. We can draw. Oh my god, that guy fucked us up, dude. More disruptor missiles. Outpost. Start combat with 3 cryofoam. Cryofoam prevents fires from starting. Let's go with the max hull increase. Making this defense module fit is going to mean cutting a hole in your hull. Base shields +2, evasion +10%, reduce max hull strength by 8. I just upped it by 8. But the base shields +2, evasion +10%. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. 330 metal, take it. And to combat. So we can't see how many actions he has, what his evasion is, how many hit points he has, what cards he's playing. These ones, we don't even know what kind of card he's playing. I'll wait and see if he plays a drone. No drone. So we lit this on fire. It's not cool. There it is, combat drone. Good thing I held onto that missile. Gotta take it out. Boom. Pain blast. Probing fire. Hit him with the riposte. Let's add shield, stable shields, and hit him with a laser. I don't know if he's gonna have more drones or not. Notice with the heat ray, but we don't have any fires on this, so we're good. So what heat ray does is it doubles the amount of fire stacks on you. Well, we didn't have any. You ain't going nowhere. He's almost dead. There we go. Killed him. Easy. Let's see. Overload fires 6 blasts. That's pretty good. Just for like whittling down their shields, you know? It has an asteroid field. Don't want to do that yet. Let's see what this unknown ship is. Enter the combat while hacked. Your own cards will show limited information, but you'll gain an augment if you survive. Sounds pretty good to me. There we go. I have so many disruptor blasts in my deck. It's awesome. There we go, dude. Got an augment conformal ceramics. Reduce damage taken from fire by 1. Another disruptor blast. Go this other unknown ship. Sell your laser card for 110 metal. I will do that. I will happily do that. Okay, we gotta fight this guy to get over here. Ow! Damn it. Ah, whatever. That drone missile. Hold on to these. I probably should have shielded there, but we're fine. Got kind of lucky there, taking out both of his Vulcan cards. Then with the riposte. So every shot that he misses means we get a free shot back at him. Look like a few of them. Put his shield down and just light him up with the disruptors. Give him nothing to do on his turn and kill him because he won't get a turn. Let's take the medal. Let's see. Delete card. I want to get rid of this basic missile here. Regular blasts and missiles have a 15% chance to start a fire. Heavy blasts have a 60% chance to start a fire. Charged laser strike. Fire 4 strength 3 lasers at the start of next turn. Let's get some stuff going on here. Get all that. Let's upgrade a random card. Disruptor Blast 3. Alright, we're fighting this dude in an asteroid field. Take all of his shields out. Asteroid wave imminent, 3 to 4 impacts predicted. So asteroids are gonna come in here and start doing damage to us, but they're blocked by shields, and we could potentially evade them altogether. But that guy has no shields and no evasion. I think he got hit. Yeah, he's getting hit by asteroids. Lucky us. If we had reflector shields, fun fact, if an asteroid hits the reflector shield, it'll reflect over and hit the other guy. I was probably overthinking that. I didn't realize how much health he had. There's our combat drone. fuck him up with all these disruptors, dude. Hope the enemy wasn't planning on playing command deck tonight. I'll hit up the riposte, I guess, and with Heavy Blaster, hold on to this overclock. I feel like I need more cards that draw more cards, because I'm having like way more actions than what I'm using here. There is an augment in the game that makes it so when you end your turn, if you have remaining actions, then for each remaining action you have, it fires a Heavy Blast. Which I really like that one, but we have not found it on this run. Shield up here. Oof, thanks. Just fucking them out, dude. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. It's only got one hit point left. You just hit him with the missile. That's it right there. Standard missiles deal +1 damage. You'll drone. I'm gonna take evasive action. I already bought all that. I feel like we should just save our money. Oh man, we got messed up. We're at 16 hit points right now. This guy does 4 actions. He's gonna fire a missile, blaster, the laser, and a combat drone out. Oh, I didn't realize I had a shield up. Could have done that better. I forgot that we start with like a shitload of shields now. Alright. There we go, just disrupted his whole hand. Draw. So this guy's saying auto upgrader, upgrade all cards in hand at the end of every 3rd turn. So that's what just happened there. All of his stuff, it got like removed and upgraded. Okay, I'll just shoot that disruptor blast at him. Alright, we'll just hold on to the overclock. Oh man, okay. Start off with the Vulcan to get rid of the shield. Hit him with his disruptors. Hit him with all the disruptors. There we go. Cleared his whole hand out. Take out his fucking drone, dude. Okay. Reset the board. Alright, let's see. Let these take out. Alright, he's gonna hit us with a laser, which means, yeah, we should just shield up. Hit with the Vulcan. Alright, Alright. This is winnable, but we definitely need to be paying attention. Okay, so these two disruptor blasts will hit the shield. If they even land, they might miss. And the 3 blaster will hit us. Let's throw on the riposte. Upgrade. Just boost up our evasion there. And let's just hit him with the Vulcan. Don't need the drone right now. We hit us with a triple mini laser that could easily kill us. 2 triple mini lasers. Fire 3 strength 3 lasers. They'll get their damage reduced by 2, so each of these cards will actually deal 3 damage. Which means this fire's gonna take us down to 11 when we end our turn. Then those lasers will take us down to 5 HP. Or 6. Okay, I guess I did my math wrong somehow. Okay. Got a missile, it's got blaster 1, and 2 fire missiles. That won't kill us. None of that. He won't kill us on this turn. Okay, I'm gonna hit overclock here. We're gonna play all these cards. There. There we go. Okay. And those all got upgraded. Laser Plus is 6 strength laser. Got 2 heavy blasts. Three strength 4 lasers. We're dead. We're dead. Unless all these missiles miss, we're dead. Nope. Okay, missiles didn't even need to hit. We just died. Fuck! Oh, man. That was rough. We definitely needed more defense. We had like I didn't take any defensive cards the whole time. I think I took one shield 4. That was it.